What's up guys, it's Nova here. Today we are gonna take a good look at this huge pile of games. 30 Nintendo DS and 3DS games to be exact. These are all used games that we purchased in maybe 2 or 3 different piles. There's a lot of things in here, both boxed games and loose games. But without any further ado, let's get started and take a good look what's in here. So let's get started with these 3DS games. There's 5 of them. I'm not going to open all of these because there's really not that much interesting things inside that would really change anything. So let's just see what we have in here. The first game is Shinobi, and this seems to be some kind of reboot of the classic Shinobi series. I don't know what kind of reboot this really is. It doesn't look like a great one. You know, it's pretty simple. Betrayed by your friend, you must battle an ancient and evil clan with this epic reboot of the acclaimed Shinobi series. The legendary Ninja Warrior returns. Well, I don't really think this is even a good fighting game, so yeah, it's cool to have a reboot thing, but it's not that interesting. But this I find more interesting, really. Shin Megami Tensei, Devil Survivor, Overclocked. It's kind of a classic RGB with some really nice, unique art style, and you get to destroy some demons in a demon invasion. That's really cool. Like it says here, one of the 2009's best RGBs. Then there's Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, and I'm pretty sure this isn't the only copy that we have of Xenoblade Chronicles. Of course, this is the new Nintendo 3DS version, so it wouldn't play with the older 3DS consoles. This I find also interesting. There's a huge world to explore, and it also supports Amiibo. So yeah. But this is kind of a cool thing to have this also in portable size. But I think I'm going to play this on Switch instead, just because it has a little bit bigger screen and to really appreciate the art style and everything. So yeah, kind of a classic, really. Then there's Pokemon Rumble World, and this is one of these cutesy toy Pokemon series. I had the first Pokemon Rumble for Nintendo 3DS previously, so this was kind of a nice surprise. There are some Mii characters involved somehow. You know, this would be something really fun and relaxing to play, maybe after a very long day at work or at school. So that's a nice find. And then the last one of these 3DS games here is Angry Birds Trilogy. And this has the first Angry Birds game, then Angry Birds Seasons, and what else? Angry Birds Rio. Do you still remember that film? I almost didn't, even though I have completed Angry Birds Rio maybe like 2 or 3 times. Desperate times to play that much Angry Birds. But yeah, that's all there is in this package. A lot of Angry Birds, and exactly the same Angry Birds games that you also now can have pretty easily in your pocket on your phone. I don't know how necessary this 3DS version was to make, but well, it's part of the Finnish game history too, so yay Angry Birds! Yay Angry Birds! Then some DS games. The first one I have this is Wappy Dog. If you haven't heard of it, no wonder this had kind of a unfortunate timing coming out, but I find this quite interesting compared to other dog themed games for Nintendo DS. But just like any other virtual pet games for Nintendo DS and 3DS and so on, this is mostly just about the minigames and taking care of your dog. And there's also this cool dog toy involved. But if you'd like to know more about this game, I have a video coming out possibly next week. Stay tuned for that one. Let's move on. There's a Lego Battles. This is very interesting, I think. There's tons of Lego games. Some of these are good, some of these are not good. But this I find really, really interesting. This is more like a real-time strategy game than anything else. There's also a wireless multiplayer, which is really cool. And the style is very classic Lego, the real-life Lego. This kind of reminds me of all the adventures that we had as kids with our Lego sets. So there's something really heartwarming about this that I really love. So that's good stuff. Lego Battles. Then this was also one of the most interesting games in this whole pile. Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. So instead of being a classic platformer, this is an RGB, which is really cool. I haven't tried this one yet, but the art style, well, these are really small images here, but it's really simple and cute, which suits well an RGB game like this, I think. Well, this one was a little bit of a surprise. James Cameron's Avatar, the game. Yeah, Avatar was a thing. So I did a little internet search for the reviews for this game, and they were not awful, and I'm really surprised the second time. I think it's pretty safe to say that I have both better shooter games and puzzle games than this one. So I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this. Then what I have here is Toy Shop Tycoon. This is just a toy shop management game. Seems like a good fun. Take control of this struggling toy shop and grow a single store into a successful toy franchise. Build toys, stock the shelves, sell your creations, and much more. The style is kind of simple but cute. I kinda like it. And it's PEGI 3, so that's a good entry-level management game for kids too. Maybe it's fun, maybe it's not, but it looks like it could be good. And then there's a Beyblade Metal Fusion Cyber Pegasus from Hearthstone. But to be honest, I haven't really been into this whole Beyblade thing at all. This is one of these anime series that I probably never seen myself. I might have been too old to really watch this or get excited about this, but yeah, that came in with the pile, so we'll accept it as it is. And the same things could be said about this Bakugan Rise of the Resistance. Wow, look at that cover art. Highly explosive. That's some high energy stuff. I'm seeing some Akira energy in there. What do you think? That's funny. If you compare, the style of the game is a little different, but still I'm not really getting anything about this back cover, about this game really what it is. But as we say here, it was in the pile, so we accept it as it is. I'm sorry of all of this dust flying around. I'm old, I'm crusty, also quite dusty, so let's not think of that any further. Let's continue looking at these games. Cute dogs, am I right? I love dogs, my cute puppies. I'm not sure what kind of series this is part of, but I'm guessing this is the more value games stuff. This really looks like it though. If you take a look at these screen caps here, it looks like it's some very simple puppy management thing. I'm not seeing a lot of 3D graphics in here, so it could be just and only 2D, which wouldn't really be that surprising with these cheap games. Lego Batman, the video game. well, it's one of the Lego classics. I think many of us have played this one. The DS version looks very simple, but well, it's also very portable Batman game, Lego Batman game. And Lego Batman games are really fun, so does it have to be anything more? No, I don't think so. And then there's Mario and Sonic Olympic Winter Games. No, at the Olympic Winter Games. And this is part of the series where Mario and Sonic are coming together to enjoy some sports. And, well, these are not exactly the most popular games, but I think these are really cool and fun. There's multiplayer, there's different sports. Yeah, it's good. Then we have more Dust and Cartoon Network Racing, which is kind of self-explanatory. Cartoon Network characters racing. And this being quite popular, I think, and no wonder. Maybe most of the English-speaking world has grown up with these characters, and racing is always fun. The DS version is of course kind of simplified, but I really like the idea of having the map on the lower screen. That's really useful, I think. But yeah, it's good to have a racing game in this pile also. Then there's Cooking Mama 3. I'm really not that interested of Cooking Mama games, and we don't have many of these, maybe like the first one. But it says here this game allows wireless game features sharing, and there's also other multiplayer features, which is nice. Kokkaa maman kanssa ihan uudella tavalla. Nyt ensimmäistä kertaa suomeksi. So that means there's new ways to cook, and I'm not even sure what the old ways were, so it's quite possible that I'm not going to play this game ever, but I'll save it for a while just in case if my kid happens to like it. Then there's another Lego game that's kind of classic, Harry Potter years 1 to 4. This is a lot of fun. I haven't played this DS version, but I played this on other platforms and I really like it. It's nice and childish and cute, and there's quite a lot to do. It's the very simple Lego logic, and I'm sure it might be kind of the same game that many other Lego games are, but I think it's still quite cute and fun. So it's a good find. And the last game in this pile is Worms 2 Open Warfare. And I didn't have any of the Worms games for Nintendo DS previously, so I think this is a pretty great find because I really love Worms games. Oh boy, look at this cover art. It's magnificent. So it says here there's online play, there's multiplayer. If we look at the screenshots here, it looks very classic Worms, which suits Nintendo DS pretty well, I think. And you can customize the landscapes with drawing with the stylus. That's really cool. So it says here there's some new game modes, and I think at least the mini games and campaign mode and maybe puzzle mode are still quite playable in single player, maybe in local multiplayer too, but at least the online multiplayer is dead at this point for sure. But I'm sure there's still enough local content to be enjoyed even this day. Then we have some loose games. Let's have a look at these. Alkupolku, Matematiikka, Alkupolku, Seikkailumaa. These are the Finnish versions of the Jumpstart games. Jumpstart was, and I think it still is, educational series of kids games for different ages. It's too bad, but I couldn't find the English titles for these. But this is about maths, and this is about adventuring or something. These are probably aimed for kids like age 7 and up. So I'll have these stored somewhere if my kid gets interested at some point. Then there's Tinkerbell's Lost Treasure. It's a Disney game, but it doesn't really seem that interesting. So yeah. Then there's two copies of Littlest. That's an awful thing to pronounce. Pet Shop Friends. What does it say in here? It says beach. So this is a beach themed thing that kind of aims to make kids want more toys of this franchise. I'm not sure what to do with these. And then there's the same series, the Pet Shop thing that I will not pronounce because I don't know how, but this is the city version. So this is probably about shopping and buying cute stuff or something. And then there's Bratz Kids Party. I don't know if you remember the Bratz dolls. I was still kind of a kid when they came out, and they had the disgusting huge eyes and disgusting big heads, and they were really tiny clothes, and it was somewhat weird. I don't know if Bratz are still around. I hope not, but I'm sure there's some other thing that's quite equal to those. And then there's a Zhu Zhu Pets thing. What does it say? Quest for Zoo. So these games are about rodents of some kind. Hamsters maybe? I'm not sure. But it was also a collectible thing for kids at some point. I'm not sure if they're still around. Does it really matter? I don't know. But at least we have one loose game of that franchise. So yay, I guess. But wait, there's more. The first one of these is Ben 10, Protector of Earth. I don't know much about Ben 10, a pre-teen series for pre-teen kids, I think. But that's all, really. Then, for a change, there's one game for adults. Guilty Gear something, I can't see what it says. I put it here on the screen. And Ultimate Mortal Kombat, which is fun. The graphics wouldn't probably be that great, but nevertheless it's Mortal Kombat, which is cool. Yay! Go Mortal Kombat. And then Naruto Ninja Destiny. I haven't played this one, but it seems interesting. I've liked every Naruto game that I've tried, so yes, that's great. Then the bonus items in this video. So Santa heard that we didn't have a 2DS console for a kid. So this is the white and red console, all nice working condition. This has been used a lot, but it's still in a nice shape. And then 2 games to start their gamer career with. A Lego Indiana Jones 2, The Adventure Continues, and Nintendogs plus Cats, French Bulldog, and New Friends plus Cats. So this is a great starter kit for a little gamer. Thank you, Godfather. We really appreciate this. Well, these are some quite uneven piles. But thank you so much for watching this long video, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!